everybody. I didn't have my music ready. That's there you go. Does that work? That one didn't work. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. How's everybody doing today? It is Tuesday, October 29th. Getting into the scary season. And I'm not just talking about the election, although StreamYard changed a couple of things, but that's okay. We navigate around them. Doug Zanger, editor-in-chief, Indie Agency News. And didn't really have a theme for today. Didn't have a guest. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be a good idea to open the mic up? And let's get the show correct in this. There we go, up in the upper right corner. Indie thinking. So I thought, good idea, bad idea. It's an idea. It's an idea. There's your link right there. Join in show. What that's going to do is going to take you right to the studio. It'll put you backstage. And I'd love for you to pop on in. And we can pretty much talk about whatever you'd like. That's why we call it open mic. I mean, it's a camera plus a microphone, but you get the spirit of what I'm trying to get at here. So yeah, go to Join Ian Show. You'll pop on backstage. It'll ask for your name. And we'll have a conversation. No big whoop. This could be a bad idea. But that's okay. We have to try these things. We've gotten to a point in the history or the story of this thing. And I get a lot of questions about this. And in fact, I probably have more questions than all of you, because this has been, I think, without question, the most rewarding thing I've done in this business. It fits the cut of my jib. I know that's a phrase I use far too often, but it's very true. I've been in this business for going on 30 years in some way, shape, or form. And I've noticed that where I tended to be most successful was in the independent space. Where I tended to gravitate towards was independence. And by the nature of the work I did in radio for Stillwell Partners at Advertising Week, The Drum, and Adweek, I always seem to gravitate and continue to gravitate towards indie agencies. I live in Portland, Oregon. Of course, there's a big indie here that most of you know about. It's called R West. No, I'm kidding. It's called Wyden and Kennedy. R West is a good shop, though. And there are a lot of great indie shops here. So I think early in my career and in my time here in Portland, I got a front row seat into the independent agency world. And it's been great. It's been great. So as I progressed in a career, knowing what I like, knowing what I feel I can be of service to, and that's what it comes down to, honestly. It comes down to service. There's nothing more gratifying to me than knowing that maybe something I said, maybe something I did, or something we did on the platform helped somebody thrive, get better, learn something new, improve. That's the goal. That's the goal. The goal is to ensure that we all keep moving forward. And I couldn't think of a better way to do this than to build Indie Agency News out. Now, technically, it's been around for over a year. In practice, though, it's really going on 10 months. This time last year, we had 7 agency members. We're currently up to 152. I can't even begin to tell you how, we use a LinkedIn term here, how thrilled, and I use that word a lot, but it's true. I am so stoked that we are building this global community. And as you build something, you have to ask yourself, what's the brief? And the brief for this became very simple to understand. Building the global home for independent agencies. There's never been a clearly defined place for indies. Now, caveats. Ad Age's Small Agency Conference and Awards, A+. Absolute A++. Absolutely support that. Little Black Book does great things for indies. A++. Ad Age, great coverage. A++. Adweek, great coverage. B-. No, I'm kidding. It's because I worked for, but you look at the Drum, you look at Campaign, you look at all of these people in this ecosystem. Marketing Dive. It's Nice That is a great place to be. You go in with intention. And so you have the brief, which is build the global home for independent agencies. The mission, though, you have to figure out what your mission is. And I said earlier about service. The mission of this platform is to serve independent agencies and the brilliant people behind them. Every member and every not yet a member, presumptive close, that I have met, they're brilliant. And they're brilliant in specific ways. I look at somebody like Eric Singer at Coop in Boulder. I love talking to him because he has such an interesting view on audio. And that's incredibly useful for this community. And we do want the community to be tapping into each other. I look at 368 down in Baton Rouge. They're brilliant on development, app development, web development. They're brilliant at it. You can go through this roster. Partyland, brilliant at structuring comedy. Cornet, brilliant at a bunch of things, and especially leadership. You know, I could go through this entire list and point out several things that I would say their people are brilliant at. That's cool. That's really, really fun. So we have the brief, we have the mission. But if you don't have a goal, then really what's the point? The mission is great, but you need to have a goal. And I'm not saying it's an end game by any stretch, but it's important to have a goal. The goal here is more visibility for indies and more choice for marketers. Visibility is such an incredibly important aspect for an agency, especially an independent agency, especially an indie that might not necessarily get the spotlight. Visibility starts by showing up. And that's what we hope to, or that we're dedicated to doing, is helping our members show up and to create an environment where they have an opportunity to demonstrate how brilliant they are. So the visibility piece, it's not just PR, by the way. There's a million different ways into visibility. This is one aspect of it. And I would like to point out that the platforms and trade publications that I listed off earlier, support them. Support what they do. It's important. I want you to support us, sure, but I want you to support them. So going back to visibility, I am at least hopefully smart enough to know that we're a small fry. We're niche. I love the niche corner. I love being in the niche corner. It's an important niche or niche. But I also know that you may, especially as a member, you might say, hey, you know what? Our client wants us to be in Ad Age or Ad Week or Campaign or the Drum. So yeah, I get that. I can tell you, we don't care where you get visibility as long as you get visibility. If that means you're coming to us with a pitch that you're thinking of sending out to Brian Bonilla or Kyle O'Brien or Lindsay Rittenhouse or Tim Nudd, we're happy to work with you on it, because nothing makes us happier than a member getting visibility no matter where it is. We can always follow that up by telling more of that story. So if you get a hit in Ad Age or Ad Week, then yeah, there's still more story to tell and to get into it a little bit more. That's what these 15-minute member sprints are about. And I'm not trying to be all salesy. I'm just trying to contextualize where we are as a platform and where we are as an organization right now. I've been learning over the past 10 months. This has been a really valuable thing for our members. And it's not just pitches. It's been awards entries. It's been pitch decks. It's been anything and everything that is going to help our members. And we do them in these 15-minute sprints because we're all moving fast. And the good news is, look at the color of my hair. I've been around a minute. And I know a few things, and I've learned a few things. And my goal, honestly, is visibility. Again, I don't care where you get visibility, as long as you get it. And if we can help you get there, we're going to help you get there. That's it. There are other things that are coming up on the platform, going back to the mission. So visibility, but then also giving marketers more choice. I don't know how CMOs do it. I honestly don't. I've come across some of the most remarkable people who are in this role at some of the world's biggest brands. And what I've found interesting is that in conversations with some of them, they've seen what we're doing over here. And they say, I'm paraphrasing, oh, wow, I didn't know most of these agencies existed. Please stay in touch. So we got some things coming up so that we can stay in touch for our members. That's a cool thing, because a brand may have a piece of work that maybe their AOR can't do. Maybe it's outside of the scope of work. Maybe they want to try something different. Maybe they just want to get to know some more agencies. The truth is, a marketer knows what they read, what they hear, what their consultants tell them. And that's not a bad thing at all. It's quite the opposite. It's great. Yet it's 9 chapters of a 10-chapter book. We're that 10th chapter, giving you a little extra. So when I talk about serving, our community is first, indie agencies, and our members. Members are always prioritized. We're also serving brands and CMOs. We want to provide a service so that it's mutually beneficial. Again, marketers of 152 members, thank you again for that. Of that 152, they might not know 80% of them, 90% of them. And this is where we raise your visibility. This is where, as a member, you tap into this, tap into the platform that's being built for you and has been built for you. This is your platform, members. I'm here to shepherd it along. And I've got a little bit of help along the way. I got some really talented people helping me out. But this is your platform. And again, nothing makes me happier than knowing that we're doing things that are moving you forward. Honestly, that's all I care about. I just care about your success. We do it through live streaming like this. Think of us more as broadcast. So again, going back to the ecosystem, corporate word, of trade press, if you would say they are more print, and that's reductive, I understand. But we're more broadcast. Our philosophy is, let's get people on camera. Let's get them on a microphone. Let's hear from them. Let's see them. That's really important to us because it dimensionalizes your brilliance. And it's fun. Remember when it was fun? This is supposed to be fun. I know it's hard. Look, I'm trying to grow a business. An agency is trying to grow their business. A brand is trying to grow their business. We are all doing the exact same thing. We are looking to grow. If we can be a little piece of that, and if it helps get you over to the next step, to the next layer, the next level, then we're doing our job. If you want to hop in, joinianshow.com. That takes you right into the studio. I do want to point out a few things. This is like turning into like a little roundup. So I want to share a couple things of late. Let's get over onto the screen here. So we got this tomorrow. Agency Noir from Seattle. Arun. Good to hear from him. And then also Crown Social. We're going to be hearing from Crown Social about. We're going to be hearing about some of the work they do for the Kraken, Seattle Kraken. So it's like Seattle week, and weirdly enough, I'm going to Seattle in a few hours. So it's Seattle week here at Indie Agency News. Now, also next week in London, it's the U.S. election hangover party. We're going to have this over in London. It says $10. All I'm asking you to do is just chip in a tenner. Like it's fine. It's fine. So RSVP, it's going to be at the Pembroke, which is Northwest 1. So over by Camden. Not New Jersey, Camden in London. Now, definitely a few more pieces of content that we have going up as well. So this was one of the more recent things that we've done with NOCO. So Celia and Ami, we had mentioned this a little bit in passing, but NOCO did an amazing study, like a real survey, almost 300 people, producers, real producers, about it's just the first that we know of to focus on the producer's role. So, so as we dig into this, we digged in. Good English. We dug into the data. So we spent time going through the report, but also, more importantly, how an agency, and especially an independent agency, can approach that producer role to make it more of the product and not a bolt-on. And I get it. It's the producer role has been a certain way for a very, very long time, or it's been perceived a certain way for a very, very long time. But this is great background. This is a great roadmap as well. And this one is not members only. This is for everybody. And you can get the full survey. So you go to the Producers Landscape Survey. There's a link to it right there. So that was really great. Really great. We got Meet an Indie Agency, yes, and then another great bit of intelligence for everyone, agency staffing mix. Same deal here. It's yeah, this was a really, really good session. So you're an independent agency. How are you managing or navigating how you look at your staffing? Again, actionable stuff that you can use. And also, we always want to provide some resources at the end so you can see all the folks that were participating as well. And then our indie work roundup. Kudos to Tombras. This was really good. This was really, really good for Spirit. I mean, that's awesome. So let's see. Yeah, and then we just do a roundup for our members as well. And yeah, it's just a good time. Really good time. Other things that we have coming up, we'll be revealing more things. There's just a lot to dig through. And a lot of it comes from member feedback. So if you are a member, make sure that you continually engage with us. Make sure you're logged into the site. Go to the members area, and that starts you out. If you're not a member yet, hit me up. I'll walk you through everything. And we'd love to have you. All right. So this experiment went totally sideways. So we will try it again, but I think we need to prepare a little bit better. How does that work? It's fine. Not everything is going to be a home run unless you're Freddie Freeman. All right. On behalf of everybody at Indie Agency News, I'm Doug Zanger. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.